and I bet you guys have not seen one of these before because I definitely have not. I mean, Goodwill's recently have been putting out more games on the shelves, and they had a couple of DS games, and there was one here that I wanted.
Hello everyone, it's Austin and we are back with another episode of my $10 Nintendo collection series. For the past 40 weeks we've been going to thrift stores, game stores, pawn shops, looking for anything that we could flip, and then using that flipped profit we've been purchasing Nintendo games and building up this huge collection. To start off this video, I want to talk about something a little bit different, and it's going to be the fun world of trading card games. I've been playing trading card games for such a long time. It all started with Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. The game was really easy to learn, especially following the TV show. They pretty much taught you how to play the game just by watching the anime. And the trading card game was really popular in the 2000s. Pretty much everyone had a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, and it was just really fun walking around, meeting new people, and challenging them to a duel. But fast forwarding to now, it has been over 10 years since I've actually dove into a trading card game. But recently, I've been learning and actually playing a new card game. It's the Disney card game called Lorcana. And the reason why I picked to play this game was simply because it was really easy to learn and pick up. Really similar to Magic the Gathering, but not that advanced. I feel with a lot of the older card games like Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, they've just added so much complexities, and those card games are just constantly evolving every year. But with a new card game like Lorcana that released maybe 2 or 3 years ago, it's only on its like 6th or 7th chapter and continues to be a really easy game to learn and play. Also, there are a lot of noticeable characters. The cards are also always available and accessible at retail stores. I want to ask you guys, if you guys are still playing any trading card game and part of any communities like that. I actually learned how to play Lorcana while at a video game convention. I kind of just wandered into the tabletop room, which is always a very underrated part of conventions. So next time you guys are at a convention, go into the tabletop room, learn a little bit about card games. But yeah, just want to share you guys my appreciation for trading card games. Back to this collection though, we've got one game left on our list. We'll keep an eye out on that, but as always, we'll be looking for items to possibly add to our collection or to flip.
Here we are at the game showcase, and we got 2 sales. The first item is going to be down here, this Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars. We sold this one for $14.50 and picked it up for around $3 at the convention. And then we also sold this one that we picked up from the convention. This John Woo Presents Stranglehold, and this one sold for $15. We just made a sale, and it's going to be a game down here, this Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition. We actually got 2 copies, but this one's in excellent condition and also comes with a poster and a map. We sold this one for $19.50, and I believe we got it for around $4 at a pawn shop. We just made a sale, and it's just a really small one. It's going to be this MLB Slugfest 2004. We've been having a lot of these really smaller sales over the past couple of weeks, which is okay, I guess, because it definitely does add up. Definitely keeps money coming in for us to do some more game hunting. Gonna go ahead and get this one packaged and shipped now. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. For this week, we are checking out SuperThrift, a fun little thrift store in my area. And we're starting off in the shoe section. It's a Wednesday, so all shoes are $1, which is an amazing deal. Over here on this rack, I spotted a pair of Jordan 1s. After inspecting it more, I was a little suspicious about this pair. The material and quality of this shoe just felt a little bit off. But I could be wrong. These could have been legit. They're in amazing condition, as you guys can see. And with all Jordan 1s, they hold a ton of value. But this pair, it just felt a little too soft and mushy on the top. The bottom and the soles of the shoes definitely felt legit though. So I could have taken a chance for $1, but decided to pass up on these. But I really didn't find too much at this thrift store. I just want to show you guys that I don't always find amazing stuff at thrift stores. And it's just fun going along with the hunt and seeing what kind of cool and random items you can find. Over here in the glass case, they had a good amount of video games. A bunch of PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 games. Figured I'd take a look at some of them. I picked out a 007 game along with this Disney Enchanted Princess game. I didn't get good footage of this stuff, but we'll show you guys in a little bit. And then I also picked up that Sims 3 game right there. The great thing about this Sims 3 game was it included a copy of Sims 2 on the PlayStation 2. I don't know if that holds too much value, but I decided to grab that. And again, this Disney Princess game, for some reason, is a decent one. All games seem to be in pretty good condition too and complete. Didn't see much else after that. They had a bunch of PC games on the bottom. Checking out a Goodwill this week, and in the media section, as always, didn't really see too much, but check this out. They got this Exit game. I actually have played this one before and really do enjoy these Exit games. It's pretty much just like an escape room type of thing, but something you can play at home. This one is sealed and for $2. Could possibly be a pickup. You can see a couple of games right here. Right off the bat, you got a PlayStation 5 game at a Goodwill. Even if it's just an NBA game, it's crazy. You got Candace Parker on here too. I haven't seen this cover before. Looks like it's just a regular game though. Got a manual as well. Could be a pickup for sure. And then he's got a ton of other sports titles. 2K13. Could possibly check out this one. And then an NCAA game. I know some of these do hold values, but probably not anymore. Okay, just realized that there's also a GameCube game here, Madden 06. You just never find GameCube games at a Goodwill nowadays, so could just be a fun pickup as well. Pretty sure this game does not run too well and does not hold any value, but still really cool to find. Here in the electronics section, and I bet you guys have not seen one of these before because I definitely have not. Zap computer games from PC to big screen TV, the game Zapper. This is what it looks like. Is it just some kind of like TV input outputter thing? Game Zapper turns your living room into a virtual reality game room. Sega and Nintendo beware, this Zapper based PC games are now playing on big screen TV. Okay, there's like two of them here. They got them priced for $25. Okay, checking out this cart, and I do see some more games here. Probably nothing too crazy, but you got, Gran Turismo 5. Got an Xbox game. You got another GameCube game, which is crazy to see again. Probably came from the same person that donated the other GameCube game, so we'll probably be grabbing this one too. You got Infamous, which could be a grab as well. I mean, it's great to see PlayStation exclusives on PS3. You got this Big Planet karting. I don't know if any of these have any value, but I can definitely check or just add to our collection. And then you got FIFA 07 on the GameCube too. Wow, 3 GameCube games at a Goodwill is crazy. We'll go ahead and grab it though. Okay, looks like they've got even more games on this rack. Just so many games at the stop. I mean, Goodwills recently have been putting out more games on the shelves, and some nice ones too. You got Black Ops 3, you got Halo 2 multiplayer map pack, and it is complete. So we may go with this one for sure. And then also this one. Alright guys, so I've decided this is going to be our haul for this stop. Had a couple of other games too that I'm just gonna pass up on for $2.99 each. We got about 8 games. So found this Black Ops 3. And this one trades in kind of good, I think for like $5 or $6 at a GameStop. So may just end up doing that really quick, maybe even in this episode if I find anything at a GameStop. We got Little Big Planet, just some nice PS3 games. Got a couple of Xbox original games, this Halo 2 multiplayer map pack complete. Also this Pirates of the Caribbean game developed by Bethesda Softwares, a ZeniMax media company. A big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't think it holds too much value, but do just want to pick this up and add to my personal collection. I think this is a pretty nice. And then of course we got these 3 GameCube games, some sports titles, but either way still a GameCube game. We also do have a $5 coupon that Goodwill sent to us through email. They've been sending out tons of deals and coupons through email for the rewards program. So if you guys aren't part of the Goodwill rewards, definitely sign up. They just recently had a buy one get one free on everything in the store, and probably gonna use my $5 coupon on all of these games. Hello, just gonna grab these.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, so 1472.
Okay, cool. Here we are at the game showcase, and we got some sales. The first item we sold is going to be this Need for Speed Most Wanted on the PlayStation 2. This one sold for around $30, and we got it for around $10 at a GameStop. The second item we sold is going to be this Brady Bunch The Complete Series. This one sold very quick too. Both of these sold within the day of me listing them up. And we sold this one for $29.50. We picked it up for around $3 at a Goodwill. Gonna get these 2 packaged and shipped after eBay fees and shipping. This is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. For our next stop, we're checking out a PayMore store, and this was just a pretty quick visit. Trying to take advantage of their 5 for 20 deal that they always have. So pretty much all games in this glass case are $4 a piece. I just took some time to go over everything, and let me know if you guys spotted any games that I might have missed or was worth picking up for $4. Had a decent amount of PlayStation 4 games. That's the section that I looked at the most, but unfortunately there just wasn't anything too special in here. And then they had a glass case full of higher end items. They had these Pokemon Coliseums on the GameCube. They had them marked at around market value though. And then a couple more games on this bottom row. I decided to grab this NES game called Anticipation, Nintendo's first video board game. Thought that was pretty cool. Again, I didn't get much footage, so I'll show you guys what I did pick up in a little bit here. Had a good stack of 5 games. We're back in the car, and that really wasn't the greatest visit. We just didn't find much in there. It's not going to be huge pickups and game deals every time we visit these PayMore stores, but we got to take what we can get. Just pretty much picked up some items that we could flip, like this NBA Jam. I always find this one, and it goes for around 15 to 20. We also picked up Black Ops and this Resident Evil 4 game. Both of these go for around like $15. So by flipping all of those games, it'll pretty much pay for these 2 games that we get to add to our collection. Got this Max Payne game on the Xbox, and then also this Anticipation board game. It says Nintendo's first video board game. No idea what this is. On to our last stop, and we're checking out a half-price books. Want to show you guys some cool stuff that I found here, this Fallout, and then also a Lord of the Rings tarot cards. Don't see stuff like this every day. Onto the games section, and gonna take some time to go over some interesting finds and some games that I actually did pick up. Starting off in the PlayStation 5 section, and of course spotted this God of War. Trying to get this game for pretty cheap because I just completed the 2018 version. Also spotted this Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. This one I was really tempted to pick up just for my personal collection. One of the few Assassin's Creed games that I didn't really play yet. Didn't see much else in this section. I did spot this NBA Live 18. This one was sealed, but yeah, it doesn't really hold too much value as you would expect. Onto the Nintendo section, and I spotted one Switch game. This Ring Fit Adventures for 12 bucks. It's actually a pretty good deal. Haven't really played this game, but it does hold a little bit of value. Of course, it would be a bit more with the actual ring accessory. And then in the Wii section, I spotted this Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. Great one to flip, but at $7, it's a bit high. I remembered that I had a 10% off coupon that I could use at this stop, and I think that would make this worth it, simply because this game moves really quick. Checking out the glass case now, and they had a couple of DS games, and there was one here that I wanted as well. This Spider-Man Web of Shadows for 15 bucks. That's an awesome price for this game.
I'll grab these too.
We are now back in the game room, and that wraps up the game hunting for this week. Let's go over all our pickups. We started off at the SuperThrift store, and I sometimes often find a couple of games here and there at this spot, but we came away with 4 games. We got 2 Xbox 360 games. The first one is this 007 Quantum of Solace game. Not too familiar with the 007 games, but this one looked pretty interesting. I believe it's based on the movie that released back in 2008 and uses the same game engine as Call of Duty 4, so the graphics and everything do look familiar. We also picked up a copy of Sims 3, and inside there was a copy of Sims 2. And a lot of these games probably won't be keeping in our collection. We could just be trading in at some point. Hopefully we can do another trade-in by the end of this series. We also picked up a copy of Sports Champion 2 on the PS3. And this game kind of went down in value. Goes from around like 10 to 15 still. And then lastly, we got Disney's Princess Enchanted Journeys. And this game's actually a bit popular. This isn't just some gimmicky game. There actually is a nice little story in here. You play as a girl in a castle, and you pretty much have to go through each of these princesses' worlds and resolve the issues and problems going on. Next, we went to a Goodwill and scored on 6 games. We also had some Goodwill deals and sales that were going on. Starting off with the PlayStation 3, we picked up Infamous. Have not played any of these games, but they got some great reviews from the looks of it. And then also picked up Little Big Planet Karting. Don't know much about this game either. It is complete. Actually, most of these games were all complete. So yeah, big score with this one at the Goodwill. We picked up 3 GameCube games. Don't really have much to go over with these. These are just older ones. But it's crazy. GameCube games at a Goodwill. Anytime I find them, I always try to pick them up because we're getting these for like less than $3. Next, we got Halo 2 Multiplayer Map Pack. Picked this one up earlier in the series and does hold a little bit of value. And then lastly, we picked up Pirates of the Caribbean, and this game actually shocked me. Developed by Bethesda, and it actually is an open world RPG style game. Has a lot of the same elements as like Oblivion, especially with the graphics and with the conversations and dialogue boxes and choices you get. This game released around the same time as the first movie, but really has no connection to those movies. Next, we went to a PayMore store and picked up a couple of games. These were all about $4 a piece. The first game we picked up was the NBA Jam Tournament Edition, which we don't have right now. Next, we picked up this Anticipation game on the NES. It's actually a 4-player board game, released in 1988, and it's similar to Trivial Pursuit, if you guys know what that is. They have this Pictionary game in it where you have to guess what the computer is drawing, and you pretty much buzz in whenever you have an idea of what it is. Decided to grab a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops, the classic. We got Max Payne on the original Xbox, developed by Rockstar. Back in the days, Rockstar was just releasing so many games back to back, and this was a pretty popular franchise. And then lastly, we got a copy of Resident Evil 4. Very popular one in the series. They actually made a remake like 2 years ago. Lastly, we just went to a half-price bookstore and picked up 3 items. First game we got is Guitar Hero Legends of Rock on the Wii. We did have a 10% off coupon that we got to use with this purchase. And this is a game that just sells very often on eBay. We got a Nintendo Switch game, Ring Fit Adventures. This is a workout game as you would expect. And the great thing about this is that it's a action RPG style game. You're always in constant movement. I believe you need the ring accessory to play it though. But yeah, you go through this storyline, you fight bosses, and this was a really well reviewed game too. Lastly, we just decided to pick up this copy of Spider-Man Web of Shadows on the Nintendo DS. A little bit different from the ones on the Xbox 360 and PS3. I did play a little bit of it on the Xbox, and it was super fun. Open world Spider-Man game, very underrated with a great story. But on the DS, this is actually just a 2D Metroidvania style game, I believe. Play with exclusive characters and levels available only on the DS. But yeah, just realized we got a ton of games this week. Gonna add it all to our collection right now. We're gonna hope to continue strong with this series. I'm gonna be on vacation soon as well. Also watching the NBA playoffs. Hopefully Milwaukee hasn't been eliminated yet. Our season hasn't been the greatest this year, but still rooting for the home team. But that's pretty much all I got. Just a fun little episode this week. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one.